Hi, DF crew! Exclamation point. What pickups has John snagged from the land of the rising sun? Any hidden gems, or were the ones you picked up you didn't have in your collection yet? Thanks, and keep up the good work. Double exclamation point. So, John, yeah, you've been in Japan now for what, 3 weeks? Got another week left, or by the time actually you're flying back pretty soon once after this direct goes live. What booty have you accrued across the weeks?
Oh, quite a bit. A lot of random stuff. That I was looking for. Some good deals on things. Some of the highlights of interesting things. I never actually had a copy of Mother 3, so I found a pristine copy of that for GBA that I couldn't ignore for quite a good price. So I grabbed that. I picked up a bunch of Switch games. Like I got Sonic Wings Reunion, which just came out. I've been playing through 100 Line, which is a very cool Switch game. And I also picked up the latest Ys Memoir, which is a re-release of the Vita game, which unfortunately isn't an amazing port on Switch. The frame rate is a little unstable, so can't handle Vita software. But there was some more weird, interesting stuff that showed up. Like I found this copy of, it's Namco's Dragon Buster, but it's a Windows 95 version of Dragon Buster. Okay. So I was like, wait a minute, like what is this here? So it's like, it's a classic arcade game released for the PC. So I need to see what this is, like what even is going on here. And along those same lines, I found this Mr. Driller 2 for the PC. Right? Again, I was like, wait, this is even a thing? So I did grab it to check it out and see like what this actually entails, because I'm fascinated with like PC releases. And this one's actually was published by NEC. That's interesting. NEC Interchannel, it says. Developed by Namco, of course. So there's a few weird PC things. I found another PC game that I want to hold up because I feel like the name is going to make Alex chuckle like crazy. It's called Zwei 2.
That's so stupid.
So, is there a Spy 1? Or is it Eins 1?
There is Zwei and Zwei 2, okay. Which, that's... I also picked up, I stumbled across the original 90s soundtracks for Ridge Racer 2 and Rave Racer.
Nice.
That's
which
cool.
Which are games I love the music to, and it was just interesting to see those floating around over there. Picked up some random PS2 stuff. I found a nice copy of Bumpy Trot, which is a cool looking game that I always wanted to play, never got around to it. Some cheap Runabout 3 for PlayStation 2. I picked this up because it was 800 yen, and I was curious to see, I hadn't seen this kind of case. It's 360 Lost Odyssey Japanese version, but it comes in this like super thick 360 case. Yeah. Right? So it's like it's just a different looking package and a better package than the US one, and I wouldn't mind replaying that at some point in that language. And a bunch of other random stuff as well, but it's been a good mix of stuff, and I definitely had my eye on random PC stuff. Like I didn't buy it, but I saw Red Baron 2 from Sierra, Japanese version. Sort of. The box is in Japanese, and it says it has a Japanese manual, but the game is in English. But it's like
that's typical. Yeah.
I was like, what the heck is this? Like of all things, like Red Baron 2 from the 90s. It was a big box PC version. I saw Virtua Fighter for the PC, the Japanese PC version of that, which was unexpected. And just lots of like cool, weird, random hardware. We checked out, there was a Sony Vaio PC from like the late 90s that was quite stylish looking and interesting. But
was it with an LCD, an early LCD?
No. It was designed with a CRT. The thing about, so a lot of this we got picked up at Hard Off stores, and anybody that's been to Japan shopping will probably appreciate Hard Off. But one of the cool things about that shop is with all like their old hardware, they actually have a station where you can set this up and test it yourself. So you just pull the stuff off the shelf and go over and start testing equipment to see like what it does, which we were able to do. And I thought that was a good time. So between that and just random game finds like that, and a few more than that, of course. I picked up a couple cheap PS5 titles that I didn't actually have physical copies of, like was like a 900 yen copy of Returnal. Because why not? Japanese Returnal copy.
Nice.
Like, let's go. Stuff like that.
Not interested
So-
in jammer boards?
I mean, yes, I'm very interested in them, but transporting them back is something I'm not interested in. Because they are large, they're delicate, and not easy to move. So I had to unfortunately stay away from that.
Because
I will say, though, I had a good time.
over there, isn't there?
Yeah, you can find quite a few.
Wow.
And where you find this stuff is gonna, like, if you're just in the center of town, like in Tokyo or middle of Osaka, the prices are, as people say, they've become rather eye-watering. But if you head out into the countryside, you know, an hour or two out of town, you start to hit up those places out there, you can find some good stuff.
Cool.
Still. But it's not easy to get out there if you don't have a car or access to somebody who has a car. So it was fun.
But you will be back for the Switch 2 launch back in Germany at home base.
Yes, I scheduled it specifically to be back in Germany just as the Switch 2 launches. I'm able to work from here, but I want to be like, you know, all systems go when that hits the ground. So
Nice.
I needed to be back in Deutschland. Also, it seems harder to get a Switch 2 here
Really?
versus Germany.
Oh boy.
There's a huge interest in it. There's the Nintendo lottery for starters. And then there's that whole split between the international and the
Right.
Japanese only one. And since I need it for work, like even if I did just get the Japanese only one, I wouldn't be able to log in to use any of the DF accounts or anything, which would not be good. So that's the one that would be sold in stores if there were any even available in stores, which I'm not sure.
Wow.
But I can say that the marketing has ramped up. You see it all over on the trains. There's like, you know, at the different stores, you see it all around. They are very much getting ready for some Switch. And I think it's going to be very, very big here. So
Cool.
curious to see how that compares to the vibe when I get back to Deutschland.
Well, I'm very, very happy that you've had a good time, and I'm also quite surprised and delighted that you've managed to do it all of your usual excellent production work on a RTX 5090 laptop, which I thought was quite a revelation.
Mhm.
Yeah, next DF Director, one of these, I actually want to talk about that experience because it's been really interesting offloading the entire DF workflow to a laptop like this. I did the Doom stuff on it, and then I just finished a 35-minute DF Retro episode on Tokyo Extreme Racer,
Nice.
which seemed fitting
cool.
given the location. So
Yeah.
it's been surprisingly good working on this laptop, and I'll have more to say about that in the future.
Excellent.